I like Transformers. I've been a big Transformers fan since I was a little girl. I got into the whole franchise around the Beast Wars era. That's when that series started coming out, and I really liked Beast Wars. Beast Wars was really cool. Unfortunately, um, I didn't have cable, so I was stuck with local TV, and by then, in Transformers history, the old 1984 cartoon had already gone out of circulation, so I mean, I was aware it existed. I just didn't know how to get access to it. This is before the days of like online streaming and stuff. Like you actually find where the channels are, or if you're lucky, it would be available on video to rent. So yeah, my only access to Transformers at that point in time as a kid was Beast Wars. And sadly, I never got myself a Beast Wars figure. I think back then they were pretty pricey. I think they were like $20 back then. And my parents were like, "Oh, Transformers is for little boys. Here's My Little Pony." I'm like, uh, I mean, I liked My Little Pony, but I really wanted a Dinobot figure, and because that was my favorite character from Transformers. But it's been kind of hard getting Beast Wars figures, like especially with the quality nowadays. It's kind of tough. But at last, I finally got around to watching the 1984 cartoon, plus the 1987 movie, and I liked it. Some episodes held up pretty well, others uh, didn't hold up too well, but for the most part, I liked it. I mean, the lore could have done a little bit better, but I mean, they were just making stuff on the fly just to like make a basically a very long commercial series for the toys. But anyways, now that I'm an adult and I have adult money, I can finally buy myself Transformers figures. Originally, I wasn't planning to buy more than one. Like, I got this Jazz for 25. I think that was like the retail price, because I know a lot of these are being resold for like a ridiculous amount of money. So I got my first Jazz as the Studio Series, which I think is like a remake or a reissue. I don't know. I've never had a Transformers toy before. I mean, the closest I got was like my parents got it was like Burger King or McDonald's. They did a whole Beast Wars series, and like my parents got me the little tarantulas, which I'm like, yay, I want a Dinobot, but not tarantulas. But that thing's lost now, so I can't even find it to show it to you. So, anyways, this is my first Transformers figures. Is Jazz. Jazz was turned out to be my favorite from the OG cartoon. So, favorite Transformers all time, Jazz and Dinobot. I haven't gotten around to buying Dinobot because I don't think because I know for Studio Series, I know they started releasing the 1984 cartoon and the movie stuff, but I don't think they've touched. I think they barely got into the Beast Wars era, so I'm on the lookout to start my own little collection of Dinobots. And then after I got this, I just like, okay, I think that's it for me with Transformers figures. And then they came out with the Origin series, which is basically just like the first episode of the cartoon, which only really showcased the Jazz, Wheeljack, and Bumblebee's Cybertronian forms. And then on the Decepticon side, there was I think it was Thundercracker and Skywarp that got their Cybertronian. So there were only a handful of Transformers that actually showed like, here's a Cybertronian version before they came to Earth and got all the Earth modes. So of course I had to get Jazz. He was like an interesting Cybertronian form. Yeah, I heard about the whole issue with the open window because they're trying to save on plastic, and there's like a lot of issues with the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, which a lot of people are like, why did they call this series Buzzworthy Bumblebee when it's not part of the Bumblebee movies or the Robot in Disguise 2015? So yeah, there's a interesting issue, but now I have the Earthform Jazz and I got the Cybertronian Jazz, and then they came out with the G2 version where Jazz became Cheeto, which is interesting. It looks like they just threw like a bunch of spray paint on him, but I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of neat. He's very striking, that's for sure. And of course, the same issue with like the plasticless windows. So yeah, luckily, my sister got me this one. This was the last one at my nearby Walmart, so super lucky on that. This one's like super hard to find now. I think this was I think these are all, I got them all for 25. So yeah, I got retail price, whereas any collector trying to get them now is having to pay like the full price. But yeah, I got lucky with this one because I pre-ordered this one, so from Target. So yeah, I didn't have to worry about like people. I know a lot of people had issues with like kids or vandalizers like pulling off his chest piece on the box and just making him basically unsellable. Well, I think some scalpers did that so people couldn't buy it, so then they could come back, put the chest piece back on, and just like buy the figure, which is pretty shady. Like the entire market for Transformers figures nowadays is pretty shady. But I mean, I could say like I definitely got lucky with my haul here. So I've never had a Transformers figures, like I said, so I'm not really familiar with the whole like basically they're Rubik's cubes. These are Rubik's cubes in a robot form, and you're basically changing them from like robot to car. So yeah, I think I'm going to finally pop these open because I've always wanted to play with them. I'm not a collector. I mean, despite what you see here, I'm not a collector. I do keep the boxes just because like sometimes they have like this really cool art on it that you can't find anywhere else because it's not like Hasbro's gonna do like an art book of the art of the 1984 Transformers or the art of the movie or anything. So this is about as close as we can get. So here we go with the proper packaging. I mean, I understand why people were hesitant about having it be like fully covered because then you're not sure if the figure's actually in there. But then having the whole open window thing like this isn't great either. But yeah, it's Jazz. He's small. I know my cousin had he had Beast Wars Megatron, which was massive. He was like this big dragon, and that held up pretty well. He tossed that thing everywhere, and none of the pieces fell off. I heard that a lot of the newer Transformers, like the plastic is not as robust as the old figures. So let's see. I'm gonna try to free him. It's not coming off. Yeah, so this is the old packaging. It's very anti-theft. Okay. I'm gonna have to grab some scissors. BRB. Okay. My cardboard cutter isn't cutting it, literally, so I'm gonna try to free him via scissors. You're free! Oh, okay. This comes off one piece. It's gotten a little... gotten a long time ago. I know they reissued Jazz, like, recently. So I don't know if the recent reissue is, like, the exact same plastic, or they probably use, like, cheaper plastic. So I think I got pretty lucky in that regard. Is that it? Is he free? Is he free from the Decepticons? His legs are loose. Is there another? Any other? Maybe? Maybe? Possibly? Eh. Oh, he's free! Here you go. I mean, it doesn't feel like the plastic's that delicate. Because I remember my cousin's Megatron, like, his was very robust plastic. Like I said, like, he threw that dude against the wall and he still held up pretty well. So, I don't think I ever looked at the other Transformers figures. I mean, like I said, the 1984 cartoon had already been out of circulation, so I didn't really see the toys very much. It was mostly geared towards the Beast Wars. Yeah. Okay. He looks fairly simple. Like, I think they should do is like copy Gundam and have like different difficulty tiers of Transformers. I think that would be really cool. So then you have like the lower tier, which is like it's very simple to transform, and then you have the higher tier, which are like really for adult collectors, because there's no way a little kid's gonna be able to like Rubik's Cube their way out of that. And here's his gun, his little Energon blaster. Trying to be careful because I don't know. Man, that's really stuck in there. Oh, I'm supposed to slide it? There we go. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to... It's a little slot. Yeah. I mean, it's... The plastic is definitely way more durable than Gundam for sure. I mean, Gundam, it's not super fragile, but it's not super strong either. There we go. I got Jazz number 1 out. So, is there any instructions? I mean, I'm not super strong, but I mean, this is plastic. Are there any instructions? There's gotta be some instructions. Yeah, there we go. Oh, got a whole booklet. Alright, how do I change my Jazz into his Porsche? Got cup, blur. There you go. He's got his little manual. And choking hazard, of course. Gotta have that. Never know when someone's gonna put this stuff in their mouth. Because I guess they just like the taste of plastic. Okay. How many steps is this guy? Oh, jeez. This is 20 steps. Okay, I mean, doesn't look that complicated. I don't know, maybe should I try? Okay, so 1. I mean, how hard can it be? I've put together master grade Gundams, so transforming a transformer should be about similar difficulty. Okay, so the equals. Yeah. Oh, his wings are supposed to fold up. So if I want to do full robot, then okay. That's it. They just here's robot form. Oh my god, that's so easy. Okay. So, slide up, snap. Ew. Yeah, I know these tabs, a lot of people will say like they're not very sturdy. Okay. Okay, there's like, it's skipping a few steps here. Well, his head's gotta go down, right? Okay, this slides up. Oh. He flips this way. Okay. Oh, that's tight. I don't want to break him. Okay, then this flips that way. Oh. Am I getting ahead of myself here? Okay, so then his arms need to flip out this way. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. I guess gun goes on. Ew. That is a tight fit. Yeah, I'm not gonna force that. Alright. I'm not... Yeah, like this side came out looking fine, but for some reason this side is not lining up. I think the engineer is a little too... It's not precise enough. Because everything else looks fine, it's just this part. Did I not twist the leg enough? Because this side's line up just fine, but this side's like... Yeah, see there's like a gap here. It's not lining up quite gracefully. But you know what? I mean... He's got 3 wheels on the ground. It's like, yay! I transformed my first transformer. Sweet. Okay, and then when I change him back, then his gun would just stick to the back. All right. Okay. Well, 20 steps. That was fairly simple. All right. Let's try Cybertronian Jazz. He looks like he would come together a bit easier than the studio series. Oh, so much tape. I don't want to ruin the box. I know all the collectors out there are like, no, don't take him out of the box. I'm like, well, why not? I bought him to play with him. I'm not buying him to display him. Alright, so his chest plate is still on because I pre-ordered him, so the Target employees were able to like grab him from the shelf before anyone could sabotage him. Also comes with instructions. Oh, that's staticky. Instructions, and again, warning paper for choking hazard. Alright, he's stuck in a honeycomb. But he's gonna be fairly easy to pop out. Here we go. Here's Jazz. Oh. He is a hefty boy here. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I feel if I drop this one, he'll still hold together very well, but this one, like, he feels like a Nokia. Or Nokia. I think it's the proper pronunciation. Nokia. Because Nokia is, I think it's Norwegian? Nah, just tape off. I'm not going to use that again. Just tape and the tissue paper, which I'm like, yeah, I feel like the plastic is a better option. Yeah, I know it's not, environmentally friendly, but when you're trying to package this stuff, I feel you're using less material. Overall, you're using less material. Okay, let's see if I can do this without looking at the instructions. Oh wait, no, this is a grappling. Yeah, it's a grappling. He's got a grappling hook and a gun. Alright, I got 2 weapons. Sweet. Toss that. The honeybee packaging. Yep. How did you go in? Yeah, the packaging is really weird. It's like a box on one side, but this side's got like this weird angle to it, which I guess is to deter thieves, but I don't know, it just comes off a little strange. See if I can close this. Jeez. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that there. Anyways, let's see what his instructions are. Okay. It's also 20 steps. So, okay. So I'm supposed to pop off one arm so I can stick the grappling hook. No, you can put on the gun. Ooh. Oh, this part moves. That's kind of cool. I can like pop it off. Although it's a hook shot. You should have some string attached. Yeah, so we can have a harpoon. So you have a gun or a harpoon. That's kind of cool. There's many options. But yeah, I don't know if I want to pop off his hands. Yeah, I don't. Oh. Okay, so I just rotate it. I don't have to pop it off. What's wrong with me? Yeah, he's got the grappling hook. Woo. Yeah, it's kind of cool in the War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. Like they gave him like a grappling hook ability, which is really, I feel like, a really cool way to give him his own special ability. Because I don't think he used this grappling hook in the cartoon once, and then we never saw it again. All right, so his weapon just sits in the back like that. Okay, so just like the studio series. So, let's see, split your legs apart, maybe. Uh, is there a hooking mechanism? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with that. I'll probably figure it out in the instructions because I don't want to break him. Even though he does feel like really robust, I'd rather not. Okay, so same thing with the studio series. Rotate his hands in. 180. Oh, no, I just turned the figure 180. Uh-huh. Gotta lift this one up. Okay, it's a slight angle. Put it in the back. Okay. And then back, and then this. Okay, this goes back here. Like it's lining up on one side, but it's not lining up on the other. Yeah, the plastic's way too tight. Yeah, I think they didn't engineer this very well. The plastic's like coming up way too short. Okay, well, I'm just gonna make do with what I can. I can't tell. There's tabs holding his feet together, but it's not coming apart very easily. Okay, so I'm just... Okay. Okay. Now it's like cooperating. Moving. The flap comes out this way. Okay. Man, that's like, I have no idea. I didn't break anything. It's just the tabs were holding onto it very securely. Okay. Okay. And then I tab that back together, I guess. Oh, it's probably the wing tabs. They're just very, very snappy. Yeah, it's way more complicated than the studio series. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that... Yeah, this window is not... Because, like, the hinge... I don't know if you guys can see the hinge, or maybe not. The hinge is, like... The plastic's way too short for it to, like, come down. It needs to be... It needs to be extended a couple millimeters for it to come down. Because, yeah, now there's, like, this gap that just won't come down because the hinge that's holding it in place is just not long enough. And then the tabs don't quite line up very well. Yep, I mean, like this Jazz has the same issue too, because I don't, like I'm trying not to break it, because I know a lot of people complain about the newer figures have really, like, fragile plastic. Like this feels like pretty durable, but I know the tabs, a lot of people said like the tabs are pretty, like, they don't really have the greatest plastic injection in there. So that's my Cybertronian Jazz. Woohoo. Yep. Alright, let's see. G2 Jazz. And then he has a side. So he has the same packaging as the Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Kinda. But it doesn't. No, yeah, it does have the angled side. I'm gonna put your packaging back in. Alright. Ah, jeez. Okay, so Buzzworthy Bumblebee, he's just attached to the cardboard and you just pop him out and then his gun is like taped on. Here we have they did a combination. So like he's trapped by the Decepticons. This one's like it's like woven string, it's not a plastic string. Free him! Free Jazz! I get it, it's like you want biodegradable packaging, but I don't know. Yes. This feels kind of weird. Okay. So he's got 3 guns in this one. It's kind of funny with each variation I go through, it's like he's getting more and more weapons. Oh jeez. Oh, that's really stuck. I mean, anti-theft. I mean, again, like most people go for the actual figure. I don't think they really... Well, I mean, you can't sell it if it doesn't have all the accessories. Oh, this one's just twist on. Were the others twist on too? No, the other was... It's twisted and then it's knotted. So, yeah. Clean that up. Okay. Oh! Okay. So, got his instructions out. And this one just kinda comes right out. Oh my gosh. I have to transform him just to get him out. Okay, there we go. And then his gun here. Too. There we go. Alright. Well, this packaging is a little easier to understand. Yeah, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee had some weird packaging. Put the... So he's got 3 guns here. This one's got the grappling hook. Alright, so we went from classic to very classic to... What is this? G2 Universe. So G2 is when they try to rebrand, or basically just, yeah, it's like they just recolored the Transformers and just sell it as new characters. I'm like, okay. Well, this one's pretty straight. I think it's pretty similar to the studio series. He's so yellow. Oh my goodness. So he's got a rocket launcher now. Does this thing come off? Nope, does not come off. And then he's got a rocket launcher, a blaster, and then his classic, or somewhat classic. I think this, yeah, looks like to be the same as his other one. So it says it's got a red handle, so the other one's got a white. Alright, so this should be 20 steps. Yep. So let's get started. And then this. Oh, okay. So this tab oh. Okay. Comes down this way. The doors come down this way? Nope. Then you slide it, tab it into his arms, which don't quite line up. Okay. I guess that's it. Then I could. Why? I technically already have this gun on him, so I guess I'll upgrade him to the rocket launcher. Yep, there you go. That is G2 Jazz with a lot less, packaging paper. Okay, so, um, I don't know, because I feel like the Beast Wars ones fit together much more easily because they were more organic compared to the original. I mean, this one came together a lot better. Like there's still like gaps here. It doesn't align quite right. I mean, but at least it looks more cohesive than this, where it's like I still have that giant gap there. Yeah, it's not an exact engineering. I mean, it's good enough. This one, I have no idea. Like, this one, I think if... Yeah, it's like, it doesn't... There's too much of a gap. Like, I don't know if I messed up, because I followed the instruction. I mean, it looks like it should have fit. Like, the door should fit, but I know with this, the windshield is like the hinge on the plastic, like this thing, is just not long enough. Yeah, that flap doesn't come off, so it has to like slot in. Like, yeah, it's got like this little, I don't know if you can see it, there's little tabs in here that these slots, these tabs are supposed to go in, but it's like, because the hinge is so short, like it doesn't have enough clearance to like tab in there. So it's just like this permanent gap, which is, it's a little disappointing. But I mean, the plastic itself, it feels nice and thick. So I don't know, because I build Gundams and I know what like flimsy plastic is, and like Bandai is not bad because it's made to like use the bare minimum amount of materials to like put the Gundams together. And like I've dropped my Gundams a few times too, and like they hold themselves together pretty well. Like sometimes like the tabs on the model kits are a bit too tight fitting, so it's like if you make a mistake, it's like, well, I already squeezed it in, so whoops. But yeah, these, I don't know, they feel pretty good because I remember trying to pick them up at Toys R Us back in the day. Well, Toys R Us is back, but I'm like back in the day when I saw Transformers figures on the shelf. Like when I picked up the figure, like it feels pretty similar to this. So I don't know if they switched manufacturing companies since I got these, but I don't know, I feel they're pretty good. This one might be a little. This one might have a little less plastic. But like, this one feels really robust. Yeah, the plastic on here is a lot thicker. So I feel like this would hold up a lot better with little kids compared to this. But the joints, I mean, they use metal joints, and there's enough plastic around the joints that like you would have to slam this really hard to break it. Which, I mean, if you're giving this to little kids, then yeah, they're gonna be doing a lot of slamming. But for the manufacturing quality, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much of an issue other than the gaps. Like they probably should go back and reevaluate some of the hinges here. Like this one was almost perfect. It's just its back flap. It's not. I think it's a hinge. It's just they don't give enough clearance. Yeah, there's not enough clearance. to like quite reach in there. So this one's almost perfect. I think they took this and like improved on it. It's just that, just it just needed a little bit more clearance in some spots, but this is it's a pretty good improvement. Yep. This I don't know. I mean, it looks as close as possible, but yeah, it's like the the hinging not quite there. I don't know, maybe I messed up somewhere along the way. Cause like this, I could probably, this is, the door lining up is probably my fault. Like I probably missed a step somewhere. But like this hinge here is like, I can't do anything about that because it's just, there's just not enough clearance to like put this window down. Yeah. It just needs, like a couple of millimeters of more clearance, and then it would have fit just fine. But I think they didn't measure it quite right. Unless this is supposed to like pull it back, but then that's gonna cause so much strain on that one joint. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe give Bandai a try, because Bandai has, I mean, they're not known for like transformative figures. Because with Gundam, it's like, oh, you're just turning certain like the hips around, and then you're just adding the accessories on. It's like, oh, it's transformed, like the Wing Gundam and Gundam Wing, like Wing Gundam and Wing Zero. Those two model kits, like you can transform them in a way, but it's not quite like Transformers. So yeah, I don't know if Bandai could do a better job. And then the funny thing with when it comes to Transformers specifically is like sometimes the knockoffs are better quality, because I think what happens is like compared to other bootlegs where they just copy the molds or something as is and they don't do any improvements. So sometimes the bootleg will have the same, if not worse, issue than the original manufactured one. But with Transformers, I think a lot of times the bootleggers, they take the mold of the original toy and then they like re-engineer it so it just fits together better. So I'm guessing like if there's like a bootleg version of Origin Autobot Jazz, they probably like address the hinge so it does fit better. But I think the quality of the plastic would probably be worse because they are bootlegs. But yeah, I've seen collectors actually go and get bootlegs just because they transform better than the official product. So yeah, I know, I feel like I did a pretty good job for my first time like actually transforming a transformer. This one, I think, I don't, again, I think the issue is like the hinge is just too tight. They just need to give a little bit more leeway. But I think this one turned out pretty well. This one, yeah, the gap is, the engineering isn't quite there yet. So I think they kind of fixed it in this one. But then this one is like, it feels like this has less plastic overall. Or maybe they relegated the plastic to the guns. And this one, I don't know. It is a hardy toy. It is a very hardy toy. So I don't know. I think this is it for me with Jazz. I know there's like collectors who go out and just buy every variation possible. So they probably have a better gauge of how the quality of the plastic has changed through the years if they've collected every single one from like the original 1980s Diaclone toys. But yeah, I can't wait for them to start for Studio Series to start going into Beast Wars, because I'm really looking forward to getting Dinobot. And then I think Buzzworthy Bumblebee is basically over, and then same with G2. So I'll probably just have just the one Dinobot figure. Yeah. So yeah, that is my Transformers collection. I really do want to get into they started doing the model kits, but the designs are like, they're inconsistent. Because the thing what I like about Gundam is like for a particular Gundam, the design is gonna be consistent from like entry grade to like master to high grade, master grade, perfect grade. Is like they're all gonna have a very consistent look to them. It's just like the construction difficulty of the figure will just be different across the different grades. But with Transformers, is like when they're making the model kits, there's like so many variations. Just Optimus Prime alone has like 13, 14 different variations across the franchise. So it's like if you if someone like me just wanted to do the G1 variation, there's like five variations of just the G1 1984 cartoon too. So it's like I can't have a consistent collection of just one generation of Transformers. It's like I have to wait, hopefully, that they will actually do like a G1 line and then a Beast Wars line. I don't know. It's Transformers is all over the place. Like, cause I would love to do a model kit collection of like Jazz, but right now they only have like a non-transforming action figure for him. It's like a die cast, but he's like $100. I don't know. I love Jazz, but I don't know if my adult money would go that far for him because I already have three of him. So do I really need like the $100 Jazz figure? But yeah, I'm just like really disappointed because I was looking forward to doing like a G1 collection of model kits, but I think they only have done like Optimus, Megatron, Shockwave, Hound, but they're not based on like the original 1984 cartoon. It's just they're using this as evergreen designs to them. So it's like even if I build it, it's not going to be the same design that they had for the cartoon. So I can't even do a cartoon collection of that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they come out with a model kit of Jazz, I'll probably get that even if it's not like cartoon accurate. But yeah, that is my foray into Transformers. I would be willing to do some more Transformers games. I think Devastation's the last one. Well, they did do like some sort of GPS Transformers game, and then that got canceled, and then we all know what happened to Reactivate. That went into vaporware as well. So in terms of Transformers video games, I don't know, but I am willing to get into as many of those as possible, even though I think there was a few of them that got released to handheld. I don't know how to do capture card for handheld. So yeah, I'm still working on my Transformers tabletop RPG. I know Renegade got the license to do their own tabletop RPG, and WizKids still hasn't released the rest of Wave 2 for their tabletop miniatures. I don't know if Hasbro decided to cancel the contract because WizKids still has the Transformers page that says like, oh yeah, we've got the license since 2020, and I'm like, well, you haven't released any more figures since the first half of Wave 2. I was like, they should be on Wave 5 by now, and I don't know. I think the holdup is Hasbro because I don't think WizKids has a production issue because they're still producing Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder figures. I think it's on Hasbro for some reason. It's like halting the contract, or they're probably decided to renege on the contract, which is really shady. They're probably reneging on the contract and just waiting for it to run out and just like, okay, now Renegade can have full license rights to make the tabletop miniatures, even though WizKid already started making them. I don't know. I just want to have my little Jazz tabletop miniature, but I guess I'll just have to go to Etsy because Hasbro's not willing to do anything for it, even if it is just to license it out to a third-party company. Which I think that's what they're doing with the toys now. They're not even making it's not even Takara Tomy making the toys anymore. I think they're just licensing it out to other manufacturers. Takara Tomy? Yeah, it just says Hasbro. Oh, there's Takara Tomy. It's on the label. Derp. Yeah, Takara Tomy made this one. Yeah, Takara. So I think because Transformers is a collaboration between Takara Tomy and Hasbro. So Hasbro does the marketing and Takara Tomy does the actual manufacturing. But given the quality lately, I don't know. I think maybe they're better off just licensing it to other companies because I don't think Takara Tomy is doing too well as of late. Although they do also do the wind up Zoids figures, so I don't know what's going on, but for me personally, this is it when it comes to Transformers figures. I don't think I'm gonna get any more than this. So, yeah, that'll be all for now. Until next time, this is the Raptor signing off. Laters.